Hello, this is the Land Rover Defender, and what it makes me feel is incredibly sad. There's a reason for this. It's not that I don't like the vehicle, I absolutely love it. In fact, when I have to give it back, I think the only way to get me out of here will be with a big stick. But what it makes me sad about is that after 68 years in production, they're finally killing off the current Defender. The Land Rover Defender originally came along as the Land Rover Series 1 in 1948. Built in Solihull in England, we then later saw the Series 2, Series 3, and eventually it emerged into the name that we're so familiar with, the Defender. Now there is, dare I say it, no more distinguishable automotive shape than a Defender. When you think 4x4, the first thing that goes through anybody's mind is the shape of a Defender, and when you think Land Rover, again, one shape springs to mind, the Defender. This is an incredibly important car. There isn't a place in the world, there isn't an important person, whether it be aristocracy or head of state, that hasn't somewhere moved around in a Defender. Now when I first stepped into this car, I came out of a Jaguar, so the initial impression was, wow, this is a very different way it's experiencing things. This precise feel and electrifying steering that I came used to was suddenly gone. The fancy bells and whistles and cameras scattered around the body was replaced with a large box with lots of light flooding in thanks to skylights on the roof. And at first I didn't want to like this car. I wanted to say the gearbox was too clunky, it was too hard to turn, it was too heavy, and it had no technology. What is there to look forward to? But half an hour behind the wheel of it, it had completely won me over. There is just so much special character going on with the Defender that spend a couple of minutes in a Defender and you'll completely fall in love with it. Now the Defender I'm driving at the moment is the Land Rover Defender 90 edition. This is the Adventure, but before they finally finish off the Defender series, we get the Defender Heritage Edition, which is done in a kind of a traditional Land Rover green, and like the Defender 90, it comes in two body variants, the 90 being the shorter wheelbase with the 3-door variant, and of course a 5-door variant. 90 also denotes the power of the engine. Now the Defender 90 features a 90 kilowatt engine, and whilst that doesn't sound very powerful, it's not built to get you to an amazing top speed. The 0 to 100 time, for instance, probably takes close on 15 seconds, and it'll do a top speed of 145 kilometers an hour. Nothing impressive there, but the difference is, what happens when the road runs out? When the roads run out, that's where the Defender shines. There isn't a hill high enough, there isn't a mountain tall enough, there isn't a pothole big enough, or a river deep enough for the Defender to get stuck. Pretty much anywhere that wheels can go, the Defender will get you. Thanks to its 500mm wading depth and massively high ride height, as well as cleverly designed ladder suspension, which has been along all the way throughout the Defender's life, there is nothing which it hasn't got toughness to handle. Whilst the Defender may be pretty crude, it is anything but ordinary. It has so much character and flair that it is just an absolute bundle of laughs to drive. I absolutely am in love with it, and I love the fact that it's got this go anywhere, get out anywhere kind of nature. You just jump into it and it feels like if the adventure takes you up the side of a mountain, so be it. If it means crossing a river or leaving work and driving up Africa, well that's fine too. The Defender's equipped. It is an amazing sense of literally I can do anything, and it really does give you an air of invincibility. There is only one way I can end this video off. Yes, I'm incredibly sad that this Land Rover Defender after 68 years has been killed off, but the one thing I can say is, Today you still see the Series 1 Defender driving around. In a couple of years' time, again you will still see it, and this one, when I'm an old man, you'll probably still see on our roads. That's how solid these vehicles are. Land Rover Defender, I salute you.
Technobuck.